everybody, and welcome to Dicing with Death. It's been months. We're here.
Month plus. It's been a while.
It's been a wee bit.
How are you doing, Neal? How are you doing, chat? And chat and the not chat? The silent viewers as
non-chatting
well?
viewers, yes.
Non-chatting viewers?
Yes, and viewers on a
VOD
different
viewers,
medium than
YouTubers.
SoundClouders.
SoundClouders, ooh.
Oh yeah, there's a small but dedicated group of people who prefer to listen to everything like on MP3, and so we have a SoundCloud set up, and it's not a lot of people, but some people really prefer it that way, so everything gets automatically uploaded to SoundCloud. Anyway.
Well then.
Yeah. How's life been, Ryan?
Good, yeah. Life's been good. Yeah. Living too much to play D&D, but we carved out a little time today. And what are we doing? What are we playing? Or do you want to update your lovely fans on what you've been up to, or are they sick of the Regal Goblin?
My updates are just more of the same.
No
announcements as of this moment. Yeah. So Qualnir's in a little bit of trouble, if I recall correctly. He's in a room surrounded by his enemies, and he's not ethereal.
Did we leave in the middle of a dwarf fight? I really needed a recap.
We were just about to start a fight, right? I'd snuck in through this building, and I'm like in what's-his-face room back here. And he bust in with a bunch of dudes and was like, hey, there's Qualnir, go kill him.
This sounds familiar.
And I was like, it's DM Hacks. And you're like, he rolled really well on his perception check. He knew you were in the room the moment he opened the door, even though I was hiding in a closet or something.
This is sounding familiar. I'm going to be honest, when you asked earlier if I was ready for today's session, apparently the answer is no. Probably should have watched the VODs, but why don't you recap me? We'll get a little battle map going over the next few minutes if you bear with me, and throw some dwarves in. I mean, I guess you got the benefit of you can remind me how many dwarves there were and where we left off.
Okay, so
let me make a new tab, and we'll do a little bit of what do you call your prep streams?
Campaign planning.
There's no branding. Cartography. Behind the screen. All right, let's flip over to a blank page accidentally.
So
I'm seeing some other things on the way. And you can give us a recap because we are clearly lost without Layla.
Yes. All right. So chat, here's our recap. We started the last session, back over at my house because all these dwarves are busting in through my windows. We annihilated them.
You know what? I should probably have just left you on the map screen for this.
I still am on the map screen. It's fine.
I think I'm
because you gave
around.
Me GM permissions, and now you can't
so I don't even
me.
need to move the players tab.
You need to move it so I know where you want me to go, because you have like 10 million tabs up here,
and they're all called Untitled with various
random creatures on them, or pictures,
or There's
just one that's called Hedge.
Creative Commons photography. Hedge was actually me, right? I think
Hedge is you. You're Hedge.
I think that was wasn't that a Hedge Wizard? Anyways, that different campaign.
Yeah,
not even relevant.
No. Anyway, so I don't even know. I changed maps, and I can't. Is it Solstice? There we go. That's the map. All right, so I was back in my house. The dwarves start busting in all over the place, like the little pieces of crap they are.
Why were there dwarves busting into your house in the middle of the night?
I made some death threats against the lead dwarf running the warehouse. I told him to get out of town, and that this was his one and only warning because we were friends. And he didn't take well to it, so then I set up a burning effigy of a dwarf above their shop, which they really didn't take well to, and they decided to fight back, and I murdered all of the dwarves all the dwarves that showed up, and then we got the law
so there was a bit of a
involved,
prequel. It wasn't a unsolicited dwarven burglary.
It was definitely
retaliation.
Yeah, and it was a known retaliation. It was definitely going to happen. Anyway, after fighting them off, we sort of figured out, or I figured that I should just make my way in and kill, what's his name? Reginald or Whetstone, or what's this dwarf's name? Granite? Granite. That's his name. There was a bunch of like scouting around his house, like trying to peer over here, trying to peer over there, trying to climb this, getting spotted once or twice, eventually escaping using her name's not Cassandra. Is it Melissa? Michelle.
You forgot your henchman's name. I think if you forget your henchman's name, they're demoted back to hireling and I get control of them.
Well, I forgot Michelle's name, but she was hanging out right here. Trying to distract the people of the warehouse while I tried to espionage my way in, and it didn't work. Max. And then I used a potion of etherealness. Potion of etherealness, I think, and snuck on into Granite's home after kind of poking around and seeing what treasures were in what rooms and whatnot. And now we're just chilling in Granite's bedroom, waiting for him to be done having his toasting, ale drinking nonsense. And so then we're waiting, and he pops in the room and sees us.
If I recall, you were waiting under the bed, and then you got impatient and emerged, right?
Oh, yeah, I went all over the place. I searched his room, and then I was hiding somewhere else when he came in. I think I was hiding in a closet.
Except then I think you grew impatient and got up and walked out, right?
Yeah.
I guess we do have this lovely map, but I think maybe we want to recreate that for the purposes of... So why don't I just copy this on over as a starting point, and we'll doodle as necessary. Maybe I can even blow it up. Can you not copy things from one page to another? Oh, there it is.
You can.
Boom. Look at that battle map.
I can't see it.
I've started a new untitled page.
Oh, it's like the last battle map, just bigger.
What are you talking about? This is totally original. Okay. You can continue to recap if you'd like. I'm going to be doodling for about 10 minutes. But
I've reached the end of the recap. We have discussed all there is to discuss. Qualnir is naked because it was an oil of etherealness.
Oh, you're
remember?
Naked and oily. Oh, why?
I'm naked and oily.
All right.
I guess that means my AC is probably pretty low.
Yeah. What is your? I'll give you a bonus for the residual oil. Maybe like +1 against probably just unarmed. So if any of these dwarves try to wrestle you, you'll get an AC bonus.
Okay.
But I don't think it's going to do you much good versus their halberds.
Yeah. Well, I have 13 AC or 14 against missile weapons.
You can also just shoot some random shit or I don't know, or narrate my cartography, critique it as the expert GM that you are.
Oh, yeah, we can do some cartography critiquing here.
I'm going to go ahead.
See, Ryan is a true embracer of the avant-garde style of campaign planning, where your lines don't really need to match up with where they need to go. Notice how this room over here has this bizarre shape to it. That's really an interpretation of the horrors that happen in this room. It actually is a square room, but we can see that the twisted monstrosities that have been created and tortured here have really bent the room so that it doesn't even form up. It actually like leaks out the other side. And if we zoom in really closely, we'll notice that there's a gap here between one room and another to symbolize the differences. That's on the wrong layer. That's to symbolize that this room is a different space, not just like physically a different space, but this is where the dark things happen. And that's why the lines don't really overlap all the way. Now, on the other side, this room overlaps completely with this room. Which is to show us that there's a deeper connection going on in here, that this room is really part of this room, but just like slightly walled off. And as we can see, there's a slight odd-shaped this. Yeah?
You're impressively good at this, but I didn't need this much monologuing.
Oh, okay. Are you ready?
No, I'm not ready, but we can have a conversation at least.
Oh.
I don't know how much more of this I can put up, but you're amazing. You're clearly a Twitch streamer, and you can probably go on like this for another hour, but there's two of us here now.
All right. I don't know what this is over here. Actually, I can't interpret any of this. This is this is a game of pickup sticks, guys. All right, we're playing Dicing with Death pickup sticks.
You had a couple of interesting commentaries in there I wanted to respond to, though, but you don't even give a lull in the conversation.
I thought you just needed me to talk while you were mapping.
I do. Keep talking. No, just kidding. Avant-garde role play jazz, right? Totally improvised, sketched.
A lot of random scat thrown in.
Exactly.
Isn't there a rectangle tool? Yes, Green Spree. There is a rectangle tool that will draw boxes for you, but part of the avant-garde style is not being, limited to a box. The whole idea is think outside the box, which is why we have things like this over here where we just have like this one guy that sticks out here, and there's this over here. Is this meaning that this line is actually like here, creating two rooms and a hallway? Or is this supposed to imply that there's a division amongst this room itself? I'm not really sure. And then the rest of this is like, I don't know what the hell this is. Oh, this looks like a halberd or something, or a halibred if you're a really old player. I don't even fucking know what's going on over here, man. There's like a room here, there's a room here, there's a room here, there's a room here. That's what it is. There were 4 rooms. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll walk us through
and then this, I think, is supposed to be the greater warehouse over here. That must have just gotten turned around a little bit. I think this is supposed to be a warehouse.
That's the entrance. Yeah, that whole front scribble is a warehouse. And this would have been the hallway to the back room. There's this great hall. Mm-hmm. This is all like, I don't know, underground or whatever. Mm-hmm. 2 side rooms, and then the back room was Granite's room. And was there a secret? Did you get into the secret room?
Which one? There were a bunch of secret rooms.
You found the treasure, right? You found the loot. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably actually need you to remind me where it is, because it's been like a month. But
yeah, I'm pulling in tokens. So
cool.
Yeah. And you've got yourself, and we
Yeah. It'll sort of work. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, guys.
Refreshing. Let's see if we can get these in. I grabbed my tablet, and I'm sorting out tokens over there.
You're sorting tokens on your tablet?
Tokens, shout out, tokens courtesy to Matthew Berger. These are his little tokens that I'm just getting. I'm gonna use so we can count dwarves.
You're using Matthew Berger's tokens? He has tokens?
Yeah. I think they're available on his Patreon. That's the way to get these guys.
Which ones are they?
And I think that's just under his net.
This guy?
They're not that I'm getting.
Is it this
sorting
guy?
out importing as we speak. So there's that can be a dwarf. Where's Qualnir? Let's get Qualnir over here. And there's a few. Okay, so do you see yourself?
I do. I'm way smaller than that guard.
Oh, yeah,
God,
it's a giant
die.
dwarf. No, we're getting things doodled. All right, so this back room is where Qualnir was.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was like right here in a closet.
And shit. Alt? Is it Alt that I hit? I should probably just turn grid off. All right. And how many armored
I have
dwarves
no
were
idea
there?
how many dwarves are here.
Well, I know how many dwarves there are, like in existence, or like in
existence. You counted all the dwarves.
I mean, what just burst? So what was happening when we had that super?
There was like everyone was in the great hall.
Here's what I propose we do. We're gonna spend. We'll cut a break at some point, and we'll restart the fight as if we had our shit together. And you can just like put that. I don't even know how to. We'll sort it out in the end, but we'll at least get a clean start on the battle and like a roll for initiative.
Okay.
But I do need to remind myself of the scene that we left off.
Okay.
But we've got dwarves. Let me disable grid.
Which dwarf is this?
That'll be Granite.
That's Granite? Okay. And these are Granite's little dwarven buddies. Oh shit, I think his buddies were showing up in plate mail or something.
Yeah, there's at least did you not deal you fought one of them outside earlier, but we hadn't dealt with it. They're just two of them burst into the room with Granite.
Okay.
And was that all that happened? Was it just the two? There's only two in like plate, but there's dozens of other dwarves in the warehouse.
Yeah.
I think we just described the two, right? The two
have
bodyguards.
no recollection of how many dwarves came in. I can't even pretend.
Countless dwarves.
Yeah.
All right. And do you want to like set yourself up in any particular way? Look, what you did? You made some noise that drew their attention, right? They didn't just like.
I think they just walked on in. Yeah.
But you weren't hiding under the bed at this point. Were you?
No,
were just
I was in the closet.
You were in the closet.
Yeah, I had moved to the closet.
Did you make some noise or something?
Nope.
Something. Oh, I think you just rolled. Do we have any rolls in the history?
I think he rolled really, really well. I think you dice rolled it manually. He like rolled a nat 20 or something.
Okay, I remember what it was. Okay, you failed that perception check. That was you rolling to hear them coming.
Right.
So you failed. You rolled the natural 3, and you didn't hear the two dwarves in plate mail
coming down the hallway.
Well, they were out in the hall like bodyguards, and then Granite came in, and you didn't hear any of them come in.
Right.
And he passed his check that I rolled back here, and like noticed you at that point, or heard you, or so he saw that you had misplaced something in his room, so he realized you were there, and you're sitting in the closet not hearing him, and he like. So I think he shouts, "Guys, get him!" And then we roll for initiative as his guys burst on the scene. So I think that's maybe we'll just go down. It'll be next couple of minutes. We'll just do like a 30-second break to restart the intro and pretend like we had a. Do you want to do, or do you just want to have an anticlimactic lead into the fight? All right.
Let's be real.
Let me disable grid, and then I think we'll be ready to roll for initiative.
Okay.
And I'll spawn dwarfs as necessary. Where the grid? It's on the page screen, right?
Yes. If you drop down and do the gear.
Yeah. They really need a better like page management system, because I've just got so many untitles. There's no way to like view them in a list. I mean, I can rename them, but they're still like you got to drag and drop it.
The system is actually pretty solid, and you're just really.
My management system is what's off.
Yeah. I think you're looking for someone else to blame.
Map not necessarily to scale, but hey, page. Great. Oh, it's just that little checkbox. Bum. Maybe we should set the background to something less stark to indicate the griminess of the setting. Do you have your weapons drawn? Like, are you... We don't even need to roll for... I mean, I guess you need to roll for your dagger, right?
Yeah, I think my weapons... I don't have any clothes, so they have to be drawn. They can't be sheathed, because I'm not wearing a belt or anything.
Oh, you're right. Do you have your short sword, too?
Yeah, I have to. I wouldn't come in here unarmed.
Okay. Monster dwarves. All right. Dwarves without number.
Oh my god, there's a lot of dwarves there.
Yeah, map not necessarily to scale. Okay, so I think we're... I mean, are you ready to just start murdering dwarves? Is that what you came here planning to do?
One dwarf in particular. The rest of them, I would rather not fight.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I guess we can just pick it up there, right? So you're in the closet, right? And you've like failed your perception check. So you're...
Well, then someone burst in and said something, right?
In Dwarven, which I think you spoke, right?
I do speak Dwarven, yes.
Yeah.
I do, yes.
Okay. So you hear a shout in Dwarven from Granite, whose voice you recognize. He's in here! Get him! Cue the battle music. Roll for initiative as one of these...
Plate mail armed dwarves?
Yeah. Goes to hurl open the door to the closet, which is pretty apparent you're in, right? If you aren't hiding under the bed.
Right.
It's only one other place you could be.
All right, this is my initiative for my dagger.
Yeah, and I think if you want, you can like throw or shove your short sword through the closet door as the guy...
Is he opening the closet door?
Yeah, he's going to open it. Like you hear the shout, and then you see like a shadow. There's like slats or something in the door.
All right, well then we're gonna start with a short sword attack against the guy through the door, and we'll see where the dagger ends up being. So short sword is d20 plus 6, 7. 7? Is that right? Oh, right, because elves get a +1 to hit with short swords. Okay, that's why.
I thought it was long swords.
It's short swords, long swords, and bows. Yeah. I think so. It's a 7 on my sheet. I'm pretty confident in that number 7. 11 to hit is a miss, though. Ugh.
No. You shoved the short sword, I think, through the door, and it just slides off of the steel breastplate. And I think you can go with your dagger and your action, right? You can, I think now you can shove the closet door open and burst out, or...
Yep, I will push the door open, and I want to take a look at Granite. What's he looking like?
He's standing behind his bodyguard, clad in sort of red, I don't know, dress clothes or something. Fancy dwarven robe. If you'd like to roll some sort of fashion check, you can. You actually roll a perception check or what have you.
Sure. Oh, natural 1 on the perception check. I'm not. I don't
Okay.
even see Granite right now. That means I'm just gonna take blood
I mean,
letter.
you heard his voice. There's a dwarf behind this little
They all look
steel
alike,
golem.
Ryan. They're all dwarves. I just leap on the guy with the blood letter in my other hand and stab him for a 25 natural 19.
That is actually a critical, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
6 points of
I
damage.
may not need my dice after all. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where's my full? Where's my big bag? I've got like my tiny set right here.
Here's my little eraser. There you go.
Okay. So you like shove the closet door open, bring your blood lettered in the crack between his helmet and his breastplate. What do they call it? There's that like gorget? A gorget. I think it's a gorget. Just like right
Or
over the top of
cuirass.
a cuirass is the whole dealie, I think. It's the whole chest piece.
Okay.
I'm pretty confident about
Okay.
gorget. Okay, so you get in there. Are you at full?
I am at full HP, yes.
All right, so you don't regain anything, but you hear a "Ugh," as blood spurts from the throat of this dwarf. And that's it for your actions. If I
Well, I'm
do
going to take
believe.
an action surge, Ryan, since I have a level of fighter. And, no, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, your AC is above 10, right? You've got Dex.
I
so,
have 14 AC.
Yeah, this dwarf brings a warhammer clattering into I think gets caught in the closet door as you're like stepping up past him. Are you like, moving at all, or are you just engaging with this guy?
I'm just engaging with this guy.
Okay. So he clangs around, bumps into the closet is like a freestanding piece of furniture sticking out from the wall, and so he like bumps into it. Granite behind him actually withdraws and shouts down the hallway in Dwarven, the specter's in here, save me! And the ushers the second bodyguard,
All right.
who takes stock of the situation. Probably goes dead last, but you've already made all your attacks that round, right? So he also closes in, and just, I think I said one had a hammer, one had an axe, right?
Sounds about right.
So maybe axeman, an 18 ought to hit you though.
It does. It definitely does.
So Quolnir takes a battle axe for a measly 4 points of damage.
Woo! Still alive. For now. Next round initiative.
Yeah.
D10 plus 2 for my dagger goes up 5. My short sword goes first. So the wounded guy, I'm already on him. I'm just gonna stay on him. So 1d20 plus 6 for my short sword swiftness for a 24 natural 18. Is that clear by 5?
It does not clear by 5.
Oh!
It is a hit though,
Okay.
not a critical. Yep. So just a single damage die.
Damn. And they're size small, right?
Their size medium.
Or yeah, they're not
No,
size
this is-
large.
Oh no,
Okay. 6 more points of damage to this guy.
that's still enough to bring him down. So that one's like just pierces. Again, you like find a gap in the plate, right? You like find the crease in the hip joint and just run it straight through the mail underneath. And the dwarf dies, but the armor stays standing. It just sort of slumps in place.
Nice.
Yeah.
Granite, my old buddy over here. How close is he to the wall? Is he like pressed against
He's
the wall?
backed against the wall. He looks like he's like thinking of running down the hallway, but he's sort of
Okay. Well,
peering
is the
around the
wall
corner
made
there.
out of wood or stone?
No, these are stone walls.
Okay. I was going to try and make a cold shot to pin him to the wall by like hitting his clothing with my dagger, so
Yeah,
that way
no,
he
you
couldn't
don't.
run away. But that's not going to happen.
You could maybe like go for a foot, but
Yeah.
yeah, there's nothing on the wall to pin him to, and that's a
Okay.
tough. You're gonna throw bloodletter in this den of dwarves.
Well, I just thought it would be a really cool thing to do. but it won't matter if it's a stone wall. So I will ignore Mr. Hammer Guy. I'll take the attack of opportunity, and I want to put myself between Granite and the door while he watches his dwarf collapse and everything. So I want to like bop over here real quick.
Okay, well, let's resolve that opportunity attack.
Sure.
Oh, he critically misses.
Oh,
damn it!
Beautiful.
Even with the back attack, a one's a one.
Yeah.
So you hear just the clatter of armor behind you as the fallen dwarf topples over. And the other bodyguard sort of fumbles to like stay facing you, and you make a break for it, rushing past Granite, who is armed. He's
Excellent.
drawn a blade.
Perfect. I won't feel so bad about killing him. When I get to this,
a small hatchet he had at his waist.
Can I see into
Like a
this
hand
room
axe.
from where I'm standing?
Yeah, you see a great hall full of dwarves. Right, those long wooden tables.
Excellent.
They look like they were. They're in various states of like. So some were still up late, partying and drinking. Others, were resting and have been roused from their. A room of angry dwarves.
Is the door and the door frame wood here?
Door and frame are wood. Yes.
Does the door open into my room or into the Great Hall?
Into. Trying to think which one's more defensive. I feel like they would have thought this through, but I can't. You've got like the hall. I think it would open into the hall.
Okay, so it opens into the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
The Great Hall. All right, so that means I can't if it was gonna open in towards me, I was gonna try and use my dagger or something to like hold the door, like as a temporary bar to hold it closed so no one would bother us. But if it opens into the hall away from me, I don't know how I would. If it opens that way, how could I? I don't think there's a way that I could wedge it closed or bar it closed or anything. So instead, I'm just gonna stab Granite. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna stab him. 21 to hit. Actually, 20 to hit.
Shit.
That's just a 20.
I don't know if you'll get out of here after, but you just might pull this off. That's a hit. It's not. It's not a critical. It's not a natural.
4, and
18,
I
19, 20.
regain 2, bringing me to 33.
Oh, wait. Okay. Okay. And Granite takes the hit and returns fire. With a 16, I think that'll hit your naked self.
Yes, it will.
For 5 points of damage.
Ouch. Ouch.
A hefty
ouch,
blow
ouch.
with his little, with his hand axe. And he, grab him! He shouts as a bunch of dwarves
Go to grab
the
him.
fray. Yeah, they go to grab you. I guess you're all oiled up, so this may be difficult. But so one of them I think pulls and holds the door open.
Lovely.
As two dwarves can maybe squeeze into this wide open doorway. So they may be fighting with penalties, and you're all oiled up, but they're going to restrain you. I think I'll make 2 separate attacks, so they're not like overbearing or anything. So a 13.
That's not.
Actually,
13 is my
AC?
AC. Yeah, unless it's a missile weapon.
With dex? Or
With dex, it's 13. Yeah.
Oh, but there's plus a back attack. I think they grab you.
Okay.
This will be your right. So this is your short sword hand. So I think a dwarf like gets a grip of your right arm. Your like right bicep, and like he slips down your oiled bicep and catches the crook of your elbow.
Son of a bitch.
You can. I think you're just. It's a hit, so he's got you. I think it'll be an opposed strength check to try and do anything, and I'll resolve that on your next action.
Okay.
I think we're done though. I think we're rolling for initiative, right? So I guess we're resolving that now.
D10 plus 2 for bloodletter goes at 9.
I think you still have. So your short sword of speed is in if that hand is held, it's not giving you the initiative bonus. So still roll for initiative. So you have to roll for initiative.
Okay.
And if you pass your strength check, you can use that. You can use the weapon.
My initiative is going to be
delayed
initiative 10 then, because the short sword of speed goes at 3, and 7 and 3 is 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You still actually beat the one dwarf. The other goes to grab your other arm and crits 19. So I think you're getting fully
restrained by dwarves.
Fully
on both
restrained
hands.
by dwarves. Yeah. So the other dwarf gets a second shot and like sort of steps in to restrain you. I think he's going to go to. Well, yeah, that's his action that round. The big guard is slow. Granted is slower than bloodletter, so bloodletter also restrained. So if you can pass a strength check, opposed strength check right now, you can you can do something with that.
If I glance over my shoulder, what are these dwarves wearing? In terms of armor,
they're armored. They're out in the hall. They're in various states of dress, but the ones that step forward to bring you down are in at least
chainmail, chain.
Pieces
Excellent.
of chain under clothes.
So what I'm going to try and do, instead of just straight up breaking free, I want to bring my right foot backwards and up in between the legs of the dwarf behind me to kick him in the nuts, hopefully releasing, or at least giving me a little bit of a bonus on my strength check, because dwarves are kind of strong, and I'm not confident about breaking that strength check. So can I kick him in the balls? Make an attack
roll. Do you want a called shot? Groin?
Yeah, I do want a called shot groin. Yeah.
All right. Take a penalty of 4. I'm not going to give any.
Flat D20.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a flat D20.
13.
13 will do it. You don't need to pierce armor.
Nope.
So I think that's enough for him to lose his grip. It doesn't do any damage. You kick him in the chain, but enough that it surprises him. He lets go.
Rest my arm.
Your bloodletter is free. You can make an attack with bloodletter if you forego your short sword attack.
That's
so
what
you've
I
already
want to
made
do.
One. Yeah, so offhand bloodletter attack.
Bloodletter on the guy who's like holding my arm.
Sure,
D20
I'll give you a
6. 14 to hit.
Yeah, I'll give you a bonus because his arm is there. He's basically holding himself to hold both of you.
Right.
So
I hit him for 3.
Okay, he doesn't go down. You regain 1 HP. You need it.
I will take it.
And Granite can't seem to get his shit together. He goes to stab you and like whiffs as you get yanked out of the way in the scuffle. And he gets mad and shoves the dwarf that lost you like into the wall. Get a grip, you dolt! And
he just had a grip.
But a stunning crit with a battle axe comes on in. So 21, does that clear by 5? I think it does without your armor.
By 8.
13 points of damage.
Holy shit!
And I think we're doing saves versus death, aren't we?
I think we are.
So make a saving throw versus death.
Things just got real dark for me. 11 or higher. Oh, that's not a success.
That's a fail.
Oh god, we haven't pulled out this book in forever. It's a battle axe, right? So medium on medium is 2d4.
Yes, sir.
And then d10.
Oh, snake eyes.
Oh, thank the Lord. Oh, that would have been so bad.
2 is not a. All right.
What was
but
the
you
location?
Still take 13 damage. I guess just for flavor, a 3 it's slashing versus humanoids is your left leg.
Okay.
Which I guess makes sense. I think you're now like facing the doorway.
Yeah.
So he's coming up behind you. You take a critical battle axe hit to the left leg. And I think we're rolling for initiative again.
I think so too. Did the dwarf that I stabbed that was holding my short speed let go?
I rolled a save for him or a check or whatever.
Oops. That should be a 9, not a 19 for initiative. Yeah.
No. Why?
Because I just dropped the tens place.
That's no. What? No, you can't just roll whatever dice you feel like and then tell me what the results mean.
It was supposed to be a D10, but I rolled a D20, and so I was just subtracting 10 because it was over 10.
You don't know ahead of time whether you're going to subtract or divide by 2, or there's all sorts of ways you can resolve.
But with the D20, if you roll above a 10, you just subtract 10, and then it's the same result as rolling a D10.
Or you divide by 2 and you round. There's multiple ways to resolve that.
Okay, fine. All right, I roll a 10.
You roll a 10.
I roll a 10.
Your short sword is free to go first, though.
Yes, it is. There's a guy who just crit me, right?
Yeah, you just took a critical hit from the battle axe from behind.
But that's the plate mailed guy, right?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
This guy's been like shoved into the corner, and he's kind of in an awkward. He's squeezing next to you.
Okay. I should actually be at where did I put my character sheet? There we go. So there's dwarves all around me. This dwarf, the one directly above me, is in the hallway, right?
Yeah.
In the doorway or something?
Yeah, there's a door.
That does not help, Ryan. That doesn't make any sense. All right.
Theater of the mind, man. I told there's a door is all you need to imagine the battle, man.
There's a door. It's like
it's wherever you want it to be.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna stab at Granite. No. Yeah, I'm gonna save him for later. I can't let him go this easily. I'll get the guy who's been pushed up against the wall. He seems like he would be the most vulnerable person here.
He really is. He's probably even more vulnerable than you. He's got some kind of
I don't know if you want to give me a bonus to hit him for him being like backed into a wall or something.
Yeah, he's squeezing, so I think I'll give him like a penalty of 2 or something.
Okay.
You crit.
How many crits is that?
I don't think we're either doing extreme effects or multi crits.
Okay.
I think we've started this battle with the extreme, so just double. Yeah.
Okay.
8 points of damage is probably still enough to take him out. Yeah.
All right.
So this poor guy, like he lost his grip of you. His boss shoved him into the corner, and you just finished the job.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So that's my next weapon goes at 10.
Let's see when everybody else goes. Granite, I don't think Granite oh no, he critically missed last round. Okay, 10 will go before everyone except for Granite, who I think should have a back attack on you, which will make that enough to hit. Right, you got AC 13?
I do.
-2 is 11, yeah. Only 1 point of damage. He chips you with his sidearm.
Okay. All right. And my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. I will ignore the dwarf in the doorway who's unarmed, and I will just leap at this plate mail dwarf with bloodletter and try and drive it home between his neck and his gorget.
It's probably French, isn't it?
Oh my god!
You lucky duck! I was already
20.
to tell you how steel doesn't bleed, but you find a vein.
Steel definitely bleeds today for 8 points of damage, bringing me up to 19 HP. Oh yes.
Holy, he's not actually a very beefy. You don't even get 8. Oh no, you get 4. He's got 4. He's got 4.
Yeah.
He's got more than 4, but
Good.
not more than 8. You finish the second the second of the two bodyguards.
And then I'll end my turn by turning to look at Granite.
Yeah. This dwarf, seeing you fell the guard, goes for a real weapon instead of just trying to restrain you, and steps in with a dagger for 3 points of damage. And we're up to initiative. We've got him! Come help! And dwarves begin assembling in the Great Hall and gathering outside of the door.
The dwarves assemble. Okay then. It's a lot of dwarves.
Oh, they're not all there.
How are we doing backstab in this? We're doing it 2E rules as written, where you need to like catch them by surprise, right?
Yeah, you can't backstab and
Cool. Just double checking. Okay.
Is that that's blood letter there?
That's blood letter 11. So
Okay.
short sword of speed will go first. Granite is wielding a weapon, right?
Yes, he has his hand axe.
I'm thinking about trying a disarm on him. But I don't think I have the attack bonus to pull it off. Disarming character must roll against AC 20, while the intended victim rolls against AC 4.
Which is basically what you were doing versus the plate mail dwarves.
Right.
You could crit again. I think you've had two crits this battle.
I know. I shouldn't push my luck, though. Okay. I'm not going to bother. I will take a stab at the dwarf in the doorway. 16 to hit. If he's got chain, that's a hit. And 8 points of damage to him.
To the dwarf in the doorway?
Yep.
Yeah. You run him through.
Stay out of this!
Send him reeling out of the way.
Between me and Granite.
Yeah. You do glimpse a chance to exit. Having shoved this dead dwarf back, you see, you're agile. These dwarves are not. They didn't foresee that you could. I mean, you see a shot.
I'm not taking it.
Between the door, if you jump over some tables, you can see that. I guess this other doorway on the far side.
Quolnir has 4 willpower. He is here to fight. He's here to kill Granite and make this town his own. He is not ready to exit. Even with that beautiful interpretation of a doorway, he's still sticking around.
And I didn't roll Granite's initiative. Oops. That's a D20, but I can just divide by 2 and...
No, Ryan, you have to decide ahead of time whether you're going to divide by 2 or subtract 10.
All right. I think he goes first or at the same time as you. So either way, his attack resolves. So but you can go ahead and make your offhand with blood letter. Right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here comes blood letter.
And he hits with his hatchet.
Oh.
As well.
How much does he do?
Only 1.
Okay. So I will make this attack at Granite with blood letter. Oh, no good. No good. I'll just roll initiative for next round of 3. Are there any other dwarves that go?
There are many other dwarves.
Uh-oh.
So a few more dwarven I don't even know what to call this merry band of scoundrels. Dock workers. These guys aren't as well armored, but they're dwarves. They like metal, anyways. So even dwarves that work on the docks next to water all day are still wear at least a bit of chain. And I don't think they're messing around at this point. You're clubbed for 1 point of damage.
Ugh.
They don't want to. They don't want to try and grab your oily naked body. Yeah, I think Granite does. It does.
Appreciate
this
the
battle's
elven
gone
form?
on for a few minutes. No, he's like, Gwalnir, why are you naked? Switching to common.
I have no answer, and I'm not going to try and come up with something. No.
What do you want? I mean, I think he he tries to reason with you, negotiate. The bloodlust is in your eyes. You're frothing at the mouth.
This is my town now. I gave you an opportunity to run.
Is that oil? Oh God! Roll. You go first the next round. So make your double attacks.
The gods have no fury like a naked elven man. Sand down, Granite. D20 plus 7 to hit at Granite with the short sword of speed. Followed by a D12. Well, that's a hit, right?
This fight is so quintessentially Gwalnir, and how did? All right.
3 points of damage to Granite, and then a bloodletter attack on him as well. That doesn't clear by. No, we're not clearing by 10. D4 plus 2 for 5.
Nice. 2 solid blows. What's the total there? 8.
8. And he's already wounded from before,
bloodied.
Right?
Yeah.
Nice.
But there will be retaliation. A hit. Yeah.
Really? Even with 13 AC?
Hit. Actually. 2, 5, 6. You're lucky. 6 total. That was cumulative. Yeah. So three attacks. Granite and 2 more dwarves.
For a total of 6, right?
Yeah, they gather around and just start beating on you. I think you're pulling up your, blocking clubs with forearms or however you are taking these blows.
Yeah, Gwalnir's not doing so hot. He's at less than a third HP.
And we're doing initiative again.
Yes, we are. 7 for bloodletter.
Gwalnir, this is senseless.
I told you to stand down. 24 against
So
Granite.
you do actually speak. I think these are the first words you've spit out all fight, at least to my knowledge. I think you've just been sort of frothing and
I think last
hissing.
round I told him I told him to fuck off.
Okay. Well, we'll see how this round goes. You do go. Have you
I
rolled
rolled
initiative?
24 to hit. Natural 18.
Oh, with your. Okay.
With the short sword of speed, yeah.
Okay. Well, he stands down.
Actually,
I
it should
guess
be a
we'll go ahead and
25
roll
to hit.
damage. Let's see if he can be spared.
9.
Okay. So you don't out and out kill him, but yeah. As you deliver that line. You run him through. You don't give him a chance to obey your command.
Well, he is now standing
he's a
down.
goner.
Excellent. I will then.
Granite is it's down for the count.
So the
2 more dwarves behind you. Bloodletter was a 7,
yes.
which is before these guys. So you can make an attack or something.
So the oily, panting elf, covered with various wounds all over him that are bleeding, but then are also like healing up over him, will turn to the remaining dwarves, heaving his chest with each breath, and say, "Get out! Leave this town while you still can, or I'll take each and every one of you with me." And then I will ready bloodletter to stab at the dwarf in front of me if he doesn't retreat.
Was this delivered in common?
Yeah, it was probably delivered in common, even though I speak Dwarven.
You didn't hiss it in Elven from behind blood-spattered lips?
No, I should have done it in Dwarven, but I think you're right.
They put their hands up and sort of back away.
Out! I will actually pursue slowly towards them. I want to make sure they don't take their treasure with them when they leave.
There's not really treasure. There's like
there was a
goblets
treasure
and
room,
equipment.
remember? There's like a whole... One of these is a treasure room.
I think you got the... What do you have? You're naked. What do you have written on your character sheet?
Well, I don't have much with me right now.
I think the treasure was in Granite's room, and I think you found it. You found the chest of valuables, right?
No, but that was his personal
it didn't seem
stash.
like okay, yeah.
There was
Yeah.
a separate treasure room. I clipped through a wall at some point and found some shit.
Okay, well, you're not ethereal anymore, and you're not entirely sure. I mean, you're looking out into like a great hall of dwarves, right? So there's like 3 long wooden tables and a big like... So I guess I can doodle some tables onto the map, sure. There was like granite seating area here, and then just like a... Oops. Something like that. You're not sure where... I mean, you recall slipping into an alternate dimension and seeing visions of gold. You should have something from Granite's room, but it must be left behind, right? You didn't secure it to anything.
Well,
like,
yeah,
there was a
add it
chest
to my
of
character
valuables
sheet because I'm naked. And I was gonna wait to do it after I killed Granite.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's... I mean, how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15 dwarves, and I think you can... These doors... Yeah, they've all pretty much assembled in the hall. So, what are you... I mean, I guess we're out of initiative, kind of.
I will kind of push into the room and tell them all to scramble.
They allow
Scram!
you to... I don't think they scram. I think they're standing in awed silence as a naked, blood-spattered elf steps out of their boss's room.
Sweet, then I will just leap onto this guy right here with weapons in hand and just to kill him. That's the goal. Kill this dwarf.
Yeah, make some attack rolls, and then I think that will send the rest fleeing.
That is a short sword, and that is bloodletter.
You don't actually hit. You like lunge at him and growl.
Scraping my weapons against his armor, getting my
that's enough.
sweaty, oily elven
That
face real
startles
close to him.
them. They shout and they begin to flee. Do you want attacks of opportunity?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, so you can make 2 attacks of opportunity.
There's a short sword.
Oops.
And
I need to put things on different layers. What have I done?
A Qualnier. Yeah, you put all your shit on the token layer.
Amateur hour over here. I mean, well, that way, it's really a design perspective. You know, I don't treat my world as a separate layer, man. You can interact with everything.
Wow, it's all part of the same overlayer.
All right, make some damage rolls.
Okay, so the short sword will do d6 plus 2, and bloodletter will do d4 plus 2. So 11 points of damage to this guy.
Those are 2 different dwarves.
Oh, okay.
You're doing the oh, fuck you. Yeah, okay. Okay, you kill a dwarf and you kill a second dwarf.
Okay, so 5 and 6 then.
And you regain... No. You roll that again. Right, that's 2 hits, right?
That's 2 hits, and then I rolled my damage, a d6 plus 2 and a d4 plus 2.
Okay. All right, so you kill one guy.
Okay.
And you only 5. And you regain 3 HP.
Okay.
And you get an opportunity attacks on another, this time just with your short sword.
Okay. And then maybe another 2 for back attack. No, natural 1, doesn't matter.
Okay. All right, the dwarves shout and fumble to flee. It takes them a minute. There's sort of an awkward pause as the last dwarf, like, he's like running up the door, still pulling his trousers on. He drops like he had like a bowl. He drops a bowl of food, and he like scrambles and picks it up as he trails out the door into the next round. But they eventually flee.
Excellent.
We can turn the music down and take a break.
Sure. We will be back on the other side of this break with a little bit more Dicing with Death. See you guys soon.